right, guys, we have some breaking news here out of nowhere as to some future plans that Xbox is planning on releasing. Now, we knew this was coming. We just didn't know exactly when it was coming. And that is that Xbox is going to be launching their mobile game store. Now, before we go through this article, if you are new here, you like daily gaming content, gaming news content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also check out my link in the description to my Spotify, where you get the audio version of my daily news show. But let's go through this. This is an article from Bloomberg saying Microsoft to launch mobile game store vying with Apple and Google. So this Microsoft will launch its own mobile game store on the internet in July, creating an alternative to Apple and Google's App Store and their fees. Now, right off of the bat, I think this is a great thing just for the monopoly, the duopoly that Google and Apple have over mobile games and the mobile stores. Whether you play mobile games or not, I think it's just good to have more competition. I don't really care about any of these mobile games that Xbox and Microsoft are going to be putting out. I just don't play games on my phone. But I've always thought that there's just way too much power from Google and Apple when it comes to the mobile side of games. And now Xbox comes in here, obviously multi-trillion-dollar company, so they just kind of spread the power a little bit, bring some competition. Obviously right away it isn't going to compete as well as they probably wanted to, but I think this is something they release, they grow it over time, and as Xbox develops more mobile games, they launch them into that store. It will entice more people to want to go over there and make an account and play those games. Now, the store will launch with their own games, they say, including Candy Crush Saga. And this was Xbox Sarah Bonds speaking to Bloomberg Technology Summit. She says later Microsoft will open the store to other publishers. And Sarah Bonds says the store is launching on the web versus an app, so it's accessible across all devices, all countries, no matter what independent of the policies are of these closed ecosystem stores. We've seen the battle that Xbox has had with Apple in particular, where they had to launch Game Pass via the browser because they were basically blocking them from launching the Game Pass app and having games accessible through that app. I believe it's because they said that they would have to check each and every one of those games to make sure that they were good with the Apple policies, and Xbox just, I guess, wasn't having that. So they circumvented that and released Game Pass via the web browser. Now, this, to me, I don't know how many people are actually going to like this, at least for now. It will be on the web, and I guess you can create a shortcut to the web browser, but I feel like people just gravitate more towards having an actual application on their phone that they can download. So for now, this is what they are going to be doing. I am guessing at some point they will be releasing a native app for the platforms that they are on. I'm sure they also have the metrics of how many people are accessing Game Pass via Apple devices through the browser, and if people really care that much that it is in the browser itself. Now, it says Apple and Google dominate the app stores where game developers release titles, charging an approximate 30% fee on sales. In late 2023, Microsoft gaming head Phil Spencer shared that the company is in talks with partners to launch its own Xbox App Store, and the European Union's Digital Markets Act, which went into effect this year, free tech companies to start their own direct-to-consumer web stores and avoid Apple and Google fees. And that was a big thing for like Epic and a lot of these stores here in these regions that wanted to put their own stores on those devices, not have to pay the fees. There was a huge thing here with Fortnite and Epic and Apple saying that they had to give them a percentage of the microtransactions that people would do within the Fortnite app or within the Epic app, whichever one. Like I said, I don't play these mobile games, and an Epic didn't want to do that. They went to court. There's a big battle about that. And now that won't happen, at least in the European Union. It says in early May, some TikTok users reported seeing links to a TikTok web store where they could purchase TikTok coins at a discount. Microsoft lagged behind the games industry competitors in entering the $90 billion mobile gaming market. Now, the company's Xbox unit is poised to make a big splash after its $69 billion takeover of Activision Blizzard, owner of the Candy Crush and Call of Duty. And Candy Crush has been downloaded 5 billion times since 2012's debut and generated $20 billion in revenue. I mean, it's insane how much money these mobile games make. Like, that is where the money is. It's not in the console market. It's not even in the PC market. It is in the mobile market more so than anything, where you're just microtransactioning the hell out of users, and they just They just click it and they go and they spend all their money, hundreds, thousands of dollars on these mobile games. I don't understand it because I'm not a mobile game player. If anybody in the comments is, name some great mobile games and maybe I'll check them out. It's crazy how much money these mobile games make. They say tech giants have been battling over the future of digital storefronts for mobile games since 2020 when Fortnite maker Epic Games launches Project Liberty campaign, and the company announced users would get a 20% discount buying Fortnite currency on its own website. In response, Apple and Google deleted Fortnite from their app stores, and Epic filed lawsuits against both tech giants alleging illegal monopolistic control over their mobile phone ecosystems, which is what I just talked about a few minutes ago. But this to me is a big move, not just because they are getting in there and competing with Apple and Google on the mobile side of things. I think that from everything that we have seen, all the doom and gloom about Xbox and Xbox Game Pass, it depends. You have to choose who you want to believe. You have to want to either believe the doom and gloom out there, or you have to believe Phil Spencer, who says Xbox Game Pass is sustainable. Whoever you believe, either way, I think this here is a way that they are going to finally be able to expand out their user base. We've heard Xbox and the gaming industry as a whole basically talk about how right now the market is stagnant, at least in the console market, and it is shrinking or not really increasing at all. Even in the just general AAA market, it is costing so much to make these games that they can't reach enough players to have a good return on their investment for those games. So this is a way where they reach out to a much larger bubble of people. They'll have insane revenues on the games that they put out, and then they can take that money and pay off the $70 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, of course, or just make that money back. And then as well, help subsidize Xbox Game Pass and help pay for more deals to get more games into the service itself and continue to be able to offer all of the first party content that they do want to offer in the service. That's how I kind of see this and how this will help overall Game Pass continue to thrive and everything. But I mean, we don't know their plans. That's just kind of my opinion on it. But I think overall, this is something that they will want to do to expand out and reach a broader range of gamers and a broader audience, and then get people into the Xbox ecosystem. So some interesting news there. We will see how this expands. I will definitely check out the store when they do launch it this summer, because I do want to see just kind of how it feels and how it looks, and the games that they have been there. Because you think about like Call of Duty Mobile, Candy Crush, Diablo Immortals, all these games that make so much money. Xbox is really going to be able to entice people over to their mobile store versus going over to Apple and to Google. But I'll end it there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.